Okay, I wanted to show you guys. I filmed all of this in Warudo. Warudo is what I'm using right now to run the model right here. Warudo. In Warudo, I would set the camera to transform. In Warudo, you can use like blueprints and stuff. But you can use blueprints to automate things. So I automated the camera transforming from one place to the next. I would set the camera to go from here and then to closer. And then I would either act the part, so I'd be like, or I would record the motion and then play it at the same time. I automated the camera to move for every single shot. Warudo has a bunch of different environments. People can upload custom stuff to the Steam Workshop. It's on Steam. So then you can use a bunch of different environments. The ones that I used here is the pretty forest. And then the other one that I used for the beach was Miami Beach Dusk, something like that. And then here I did the automated movement again. And kind of the way that I wanted to have it flow is basically like, this is morning time, like sunrise, like my model type in the app is a .warudo. It's converted from a VRM. You use the Warudo Unity project to convert it to a .warudo, so you can use custom shaders like how people use in VR chat. Waruri. Yeah, exactly. This is like morning time, and then this is daytime lighting, right? And then the next shot, you see how like it transitions over from like day lighting, and then it slowly turns into like the sun going down lighting. So all of this, I would film the shots as neutrally as possible with neutral lighting. And then in Premiere, I edited everything to have different overlays so that the time of day could keep changing over time. It turns into the sun setting. Now this is sunset time. Then it turns into nighttime. You see how it turned more blue? Now it's completely blue. The fireflies come out, and then it's completely nighttime here. I sing with the fireflies. It pans up, and then I do the orbital blur, and then I transition over to the beach world. I appreciate the music video. You have your virtual Shure mic next to the water on the beach. Yeah, I do. That mic is actually, that asset that I use for the microphone is supposed to be a replica of the one that they use in The First Take, which is like a Japanese thing on YouTube. In this world, I had a completely different camera setup. This was a completely different scene in Warudo. I posed my model to be exactly like this, and I added the motion recorded, like the motion that I recorded onto the model with the motion player thing. I had to color correct so much. Yeah, we swapped to the beach outfit. Oh, you swapped me to the beach outfit. Okay, yeah. I swap over to my beach outfit. I wanted the shots to line up as well as possible. The only differences, which I'll show you in a second, there's like some things I couldn't really fix, is that I had a wind add-on thing in Warudo, and you can't really record the movement of the wind moving bones, like spring bones. Yeah, I did the vocals, the cinematography, and the editing. Thank you. And it was mixed by Zeffy. Zeffy was like the executive producer of the song. I had to color correct. There's a mask on this shot. The sky was literally like completely gray. So I had to make it blue. I made the water a different color too. I made everything more vibrant. I really like vibrant colors. Here, this shot is automated too. I had to change it to a different shot. You can kind of see how it's like, you can see the ghost of my hair in the other shot because the wind can't be lined up with the motion player. So like I can record the motion and then play it, but it doesn't play the wind. So I just had to deal with that. So I did 2 takes of this. One take was with daytime, and then the other take was with the sunset. So then I lined them up and I did like a linear wipe, and I added the god ray on the left side, and then the linear wipe kind of follows the god ray so that it can transition over to it being sunset again. I'm singing in the sunset, and then it's nighttime here. It transitions over to daytime, and the teddy bear is gone. Did you guys notice that? The teddy bear is gone. How long did it take to do? It took at least... Oh my god, I didn't keep track. But I worked on it for a really long time. Recording the shots would take me like 8 to 10 hours. And then I edited for a few days. So it took me a while, but then I had to re-record some of the shots because I didn't like how they turned out. So there's a lot of like extra footage. This shot again is, it went from here being nighttime, then it's daytime, and then it's the sunrise. Warudo, it's on Steam. Did I set the song on the first try? I'm not sure what you mean. But yeah, I did this little outro thing. These are extra shots that I had left over that I didn't end up using. So I have this little shot of the teddy bear, me in the grass and stuff, and then me doing cartwheels and backflips in the forest that I definitely did those. Yeah, it's on Steam, the gaming platform. Here's me doing a handstand. I really wanted this to be cool. So like here it like goes back to like where it was in the beginning, where it goes back to being like the sun is like shining just like at the beginning. So everything stays. No, I didn't do the handstand or the backflip. That wasn't me. Basically what I mean is if you had to do multiple takes of the song or only had to sing it once. Yeah, all the time that I mentioned is only for shooting, like for filming and editing. For recording the song, that's like another few hours. I spent like 2 days, I think, recording the song. And then it was like a week or so. Zephy was like the lead producer. Zephy is amazing. Zephy is the main producer. And then Zephy has Iku for tuning and timing on the team. And then Harry, we wanted to get someone actually doing the bass. So Harry is actually playing the bass, which is amazing. Zephy made some synths. I did the background vocals, like the ooh, ooh, like all of that. I did that. I did the main vocals and the background vocals, and we put it all together. So here we have the premiere. You guys can see if I mute all of the effects. So that's how the shot looks without anything. This is what it looks like with the effects on. I added in the god rays, the overlays to make it extra nice and pretty. These are the god ray effects. This is the adjustment layer. I would slowly transition it through these adjustment layers. Yeah, it's like makeup. I would slowly transition it through the adjustment layers to be the different times of day. Like right here, there's a lot of them because I had to put in a lot of different adjustment layers here. So it has to cross dissolve everything here. I had to do the layers of like the fireflies here and everything. We have the beach shots. I can show you here the correction of the sky. See, that's what the sky looked like. This is what the water looked like. So that's what the shot would have looked like if I didn't add anything to it. So I had to mask those two areas like this so that I could add the correction layer to them so that they look nicer. And then here it also has that correction layer. Otherwise it looks really gray. I have the linear white right there. I have the water correction here again just to make it look extra blue so it stands out. And then I have the little outro, which is missing some footage because I moved it. That's how I did it. You can see what it looks like without any effects. It would look like that. That's what it looks like raw footage like that. Then if we turn it all on, ta-da! Beautiful, stunning. You figured that a full explanation would be like a 4-hour stream? No, it's just really tedious. It's not that difficult. It's just tedious, and you just I had like the specific vision in my mind of what I wanted it to look like. So the difficult part was making it look exactly how I had it in my mind. So sometimes I would like look at shots like this one, like just looking at it, I was like, oh, that doesn't look that like cool. Like just looking at this, I'm like, it doesn't look cool. I don't like it. I have used CapCut. I have. This is Premiere, so it's a little bit more complicated than CapCut, yes, but it gives you a lot more customization. I would see this and I'd be like, how am I gonna make this look how I want it to look? But then I eventually figure it out, and ta-da, and then I get it like this. It looks so much better. It's great. Doing a lot of, like, as much as possible, doing it from the get-go, like getting things to look like how you want it to from the get-go, does help a lot for like gaming videos and stuff like that. But when you're trying to color grade things and add effects to it, having as much of a neutral base as possible is what you need, because you need to be able to adjust everything. Like, if at first a lot of my recordings were like very saturated and there was like a lot of lighting and stuff, because I made it look how I wanted it to look like in the end at the beginning, but then I couldn't change the colors as much as I wanted to, so it needed to be neutral. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys.